Hello everybody, good morning and welcome to That's Football. It's transfer deadline day, or as Arsenal call it, Monday. But seriously, if you keep your eye on your partner today, because likelihood is Newcastle will put a bid in for it, so or her or him. It's going to be that sort of day. Newcastle are in a madness, Arsenal are asleep, Manchester United are probably asleep, Spurs are desperate, Everton are desperate, Villa are looking to do stuff. It's going to be a very big day. But first of all, let me just say, if you are busy out and about today, as I'm sure some of you are, we're sponsored by the OneFootball app. The football season's up and running. The transfer window is in full swing. And the OneFootball app is the place to get all your up-to-date transfer news, football news around England and across Europe. So I'm sure you guys are aware of me mentioning WhatFootball over the times that we've been using it ourselves. And it's the perfect place. In fact, it's the best place to get all your up-to-date football news, especially today for your favourite club and your favourite league. So make sure you check it out. It's free to use. I use it almost every day and I'll be on it a lot today. So what you're waiting for, head to the link in the description and download it for free. It's on Apple, it's on Android, OneFootball, links in the description. Fantastic little app. Please give it a download and support the channel. So let's get into today. Where to start? Well, Newcastle are putting bids in for everybody. Targay from Villa on loan. Hatike, Hugo Hatike, I think is how you pronounce it. They're looking to bring him in from the French league, I believe. They're after Diop, they've been linked to now. Apparently want two centre-backs. They want the lad from Brighton, but now they want Diop. Lingard potentially in on loan. I mean, they're going to bring in sort of potentially, like, they're just going to be working till 11 o'clock. Forget Dolly Parton, 9 till 5. They're working 12 hours. And you know what? On a bigger picture, obviously, we're focused on the transfer deadline day today. We're going to be live on the United Stand, actually, from midday until 11 o'clock tonight. And we're covering all transfers, not just Manchester United. So you can tune in for that. I'll drop the link in the description as well. But I think that any Man United fan, Arsenal fan, any fan in the Premier League who thinks that Newcastle aren't going to overtake you in the next few years, just watch what they're doing today. This is just to stay up. They've got money. And they're going to flex their muscles. Imagine what they're going to be like when they're in. This is to stay up. I mean, what chance have Norwich and Burnley and Watford got in the face of a club that's just doing this to stay up? Imagine what they're going to be doing when it's top four or a title that they're going to go for. I mean, they're big and they're here to stay, and it's going to be a big problem for clubs that are run by people that, like Arsenal, more interested in the Rams getting to the Super Bowl, like the Buccaneers last year with the Glazers, who are basically, just money to, they're money pits. That's what they are to these owners that don't really care. And you've got another club owner now who wants to be very, very successful, and Newcastle, are going to be. The evidence is there that it will happen. It's happened with Blackburn, Chelsea, Man City, and Newcastle. I believe it will happen as well. So watch what they're going to do today. I think they're going to stay up now, don't you? A bit of a nice story though. Christian Eriksen, obviously well known for his days in the Premier League at Spurs. Horrible incident in the Euros where he collapsed on the pitch, and thank God, a lot of people were fearing the worst there. He's back, and he's back in the Premier League, which is a great story. He's back at Brentford. So look, I think Brentford are a team that a lot of people have got an affection for anyway, and now to see Christian Eriksen playing back in the Premier League is absolutely fantastic. So welcome back to Christian Eriksen, and a good move for Brentford. I mean, I don't think Brentford are going to go down anyway. I think he'd suit that sort of low pressure, no pressure to get into the top half, but no pressure that they're going to get relegated. So good signing there for Brentford. In relation to other clubs, I think we'll see Spurs confirm Bentancur and the other lad from Juventus today. Maybe go for somebody else as well. Keep an eye on them. Arsenal doing nothing, according to David Ornstein at the moment. I find that ridiculous. We'll talk about it in more depth when we've got more time on United Stand a little bit later. But in relation to Arsenal, very surprised. Saw a few players going out. I think they really did want Vlahovic and obviously went to Juventus. But, the January transfer market is difficult if you sit there and go, it's difficult. It can also be difficult if you go for something and you don't get it. And I just think, fair play to Spurs and anybody else who's trying to do something in January to build momentum for next season and maybe grab something this year. I was talking about Villa. I think Villa have had a good transfer window. I wouldn't be surprised if they got a midfielder today. Villa are not a threat to Arsenal, Spurs, United, West Ham, unless one of those clubs really plummets. But what Villa are, they brought a manager in when their season was in a bad position, and momentum is being built with Gerrard. And I think Villa will be quite happy with 9th this season, even 8th, because they can take that momentum to next season. And they're going to be a problem next season as well. They're not quite a Newcastle, but they're buying players. They've got a decent manager who's got the right ethos, and next season, the Arsenals of this world cannot afford to stand still, and I'd throw Manchester United into that category as well. I don't know why Arsenal have stood still. They're out of the cups. They're not in Europe. They've got a path to top 4 if they want to take it, and they've just sat there and gone. They've not even got. I don't understand what's happened with Arsenal. Very encouraging summer transfer window, but they seem to have, not planned or been aggressive enough in the January one so far. Spurs, obviously, with Conte a bit different. As I said, keep an eye on them. Everton with Lampard now in. Donny van der Beek's going to go there on loan. They'll probably try and do a little bit more business. Again, Everton, very similar to Villa in a way, obviously with a lot less points. They'll be looking to just build some momentum for next season. Give their fans something to cheer about, which is, this happens in football. You'll have clubs that are just trying to build for next season, some clubs that are trying to win trophies this year, and some that are trying to stay up, and some that are trying to get in that top 4 race. And I think at the moment, who's challenging United for 4th place is, as I said, disappointing from Arsenal's point of view. Spurs giving it a go. West Ham always going to be difficult. They don't have loads of money to spend, but we'll see what they do as well. And yeah, I mean, with Manchester United, my club in the top 4, obviously Liverpool have had a good window. They're very happy with Diaz. Man City, Alvarez will get announced today for the summer. Chelsea been quiet. I suppose Chelsea's hands are tied. Probably we all know Chelsea need a striker, but they've got a £100 million striker that they've got. I think Chelsea got to work with what they've got. I think this waiting for the summer for Chelsea does make a lot of sense. I mean, you never know with Chelsea if it goes really bad. They might be looking for a new manager. I would hope not, but I think Chelsea not spending in January is probably not a bad thing. And then you've got Manchester United as well, who I think that we will not be bringing anybody in. We've got our own issues, very serious issues with the Mason Greenwood story yesterday, which I think will be occupying a lot of Manchester United's time. But I do still think that we should follow through with letting Lingard go, and maybe Dean Henderson as well, to join Donny, Martial and Ahmad out on loan. I still think we should follow through with that path of removing these players that aren't happy. And then we're going to have to hope that what we've got is going to be enough. I don't really think it is. I mean, I think it's appalling that Ralf Rangnick's not been backed and given a midfielder, especially when you see people like Zakaria going to Juventus for $5 million. It's ridiculous, but that's Manchester United. I don't think we're much better off than Arsenal, apart from the fact that we've got a bigger squad, and you'd fancy United over Arsenal for 4th place because of that. But I don't think we've been aggressive enough, and it does worry me as a United fan, and I'm sure it worries other fans, that you see what modern football is now. It's owners who want success, and look, Newcastle's aggression to be successful is going to be probably 10 times anybody else's, but I still think Aston Villa have been aggressive. Digne, Coutinho, they're trying to get a midfielder. There are clubs now, look, Man City, Liverpool and Chelsea are away. They're from everybody else. That's a gap for somebody to fill. But at the moment, I think that the Man United have been pulled out of that group and into a race with Spurs, Arsenal and West Ham. And I think you've got clubs like Newcastle and Villa and maybe an Everton, I don't know, we'll have to see what happens with them, who are aggressively trying to become part of that group. And then what I think happens then is that Newcastle will then try and be part of the Man City group. So yeah, I think United and Arsenal are lost at the moment in more ways than one. And I think the January transfer window, whilst they might say we're more focused on the summer, that's just ridiculous. That's like saying, that's like a tennis player saying, I'm not bothered about the French Open or the Australian Open. We're not going to bother with that because we're just focused on Wimbledon. Well, they're Grand Slams, and your success is measured on those. And there's a whole, Arsenal have got an opportunity of 4th place that they never thought they would get. The money they'd get from that, the boost they'd get from that, and they're sort of sat there going, Man United, we can't afford to be in the Europa League, and we're sort of thinking, well, hopefully we've got enough. And as I said before, I think United will get top 4 if Arsenal, Spurs and West Ham just aren't good enough to put up a fight. We'll get enough points. But if one of them are good enough, we might struggle. We might do. Anyway, we'll have updates for you throughout the day. Make sure you subscribe to That's Football. It's for everybody. Bottom right-hand corner to do that. Please download OneFootball. Links in the video description. Free to download that to get all your latest football news and transfer news. And of course, United stand from midday. We're going to be live all the way through till 11 p.m. Transfer deadline day. I might even be wearing a yellow tie. And we'll be updating you on all transfers, not just United. So make sure you join us there or drop in and out throughout the day. Please smash a like on the videos, get your comments in below. I'll speak to you all soon.